All right, so I've been seeing this guy a lot on my TikTok For You page recently. I'll just play a quick TikTok of his so you can kind of get the idea of who he is and what he represents.
Okay, I'm gonna slap myself every time I see a song that's better than my new song, Will I Let You Down. Let's go. I haven't heard this one enough, so I can't say. Thank God. All right, come on, give me some bad songs, baby. This is gonna piss people off so much, but I honestly prefer my song. I'm so sorry.
So yeah, he has some pretty controversial takes about his music in relation to some other rappers in the rap industry, rappers that have actually, achieved some notoriety, some respect from their peers. So you would think going into his debut album, which as you can see is entitled "Fuck Eating on the Weekend," you would think that we're gonna get some sort of masterpiece here. And if you didn't see it coming, no, that is not the case. It is actually the farthest thing from a masterpiece. It's pretty awful. It's one of the worst albums I feel like I've heard this year. Yes, I've already heard it, so this isn't going to be a first reaction, but I do want to go through it. I do want to listen to it with you guys because it is honestly kind of hilarious how bad it is. We're just going to analyze it. Let's just do it. First track is titled New Level. I don't think we have lyrics for every single track here, so we're not going to be able to have them up all the time. But for this first track, because it was a single, we do have the lyrics.
Work that hard, they're gonna get good, and good turns to great.
Do you think you're great?
I do.
Oh shit! I think I'm really about to level up. XP overload lately, so if God lets me overdose, bury me in a landfill, or put my ashes inside of a trash Pepsi cup. They post goals on their Instagram, but they're post goals because they've given up. Damn.
All right. Here's the worst line.
I dissed them and left the rest face flat in the dirt. Wasn't strong enough to move on without hurting them.
The chance.
Part of me tried to hold on, but the other was like, stop that, goddamn, she's not that into me. Pop Zans, but all that.
Okay, so first verse, I mean, you guys can already see that his flow, I mean, the flow gets worse. The flow gets worse on this album. But even on this opening verse, the flow is not really there. It sounds like he's kind of just racing the beat, running away from the beat. Actually, I'm going to retract that. He is technically on beat, yes, but it's the fact that he fills his bars with way too many syllables to the point where he's just trying to like cram in syllables where they don't really fit. It's kind of got that Eminem flair to it. And if you watch his TikToks, you'll know that he is absolutely obsessed with Eminem. So it makes sense. You know what? This track is probably the best on the album, if I'm being honest, which is saying a lot. There's some decent lines in this first verse, and then we go into this hook, this chorus, which is probably one of the better moments on the album, which again is saying a lot.
Make me feel weak, so fuck that, and fuck the typical rap shit is not Lil League. Don't think they're really ready, don't think they're really ready, don't think they really get me.
For a moment, you thought I actually cared about your fucking bullshit, gave a shit about your stories, Instagram and Disco Glory.
Oh,
If
no.
I did, then maybe I would be boring.
Don't ever reference Visco. Alright, so I think this is someone else. He kind of sounds almost similar to Wyatt, but I think it's someone. There's no feature listed. I guess he's on his Tyler, Travis Scott vibe, which seems a bit weird because these are probably all small artists that want to have their names mentioned in a feature list so that it drives more people to their Spotify page. But I guess we'll give Wyatt the benefit of the doubt here. He's trying to go for the surprise features, I guess, even though they're not surprise features because nobody knows these people. I don't know.
You're always early, but I never come late. Eat what's on your plate. I'm a swerve in my own lane.
The ad-libs here. Oh.
I love being challenged so much I might get revaccinated. People want to know where I'm going next and what path I'm taking. I might lose my mind if they ask me again. Decapitation.
The Vax bar? Come on, Wyatt. Come on, man. Do better.
I know geniuses are crazy firsthand, cause I'm a maniac.
He's a maniac, guys. He's a maniac. He's gonna lose it.
Just stop that, goddamn. She's not that into
This little
me.
breakdown section with the worst synths I've ever heard. I forgot about this part. This part is hilarious. This dude cannot sing to save his life, and it just gets even worse. Just
Maniac.
wait for it.
That, goddamn, she's not that into me. Don't think you're really ready. Stop that, goddamn, she's not that into me. Don't think you're really ready. Don't think you're really ready. Don't think you're really ready. Don't think you're really ready.
Stop that, goddamn, she's not that into me. Pop Zans, but all that did was make me feel weak, so fuck that. fuck the typical rap shit that's not Lil League.
He really tried to get that note, but it did not work. And then we have this kind of Kanye-esque outro here, I guess, if you want to call it that. Okay, so like I said, that's probably the best track on the album. It's going to get a lot worse than that. We'll start with the positives. Again, the flow is not the worst thing I've ever heard on here. There's a couple lines that I like in here. But overall, the flow is pretty not good at all. The production is okay. The beat sounds a little bit cheap, which would make sense. The synths sound a bit cheap, but overall there's kind of a nice triumphant feel to the beat. So the beat is probably the best part of it. The hook is okay. He does again do the syllable cramming a bit too much in that. And then this singing feature is fucking awful. This singing is possibly the worst singing I've ever heard on a song. Don't think they're really ready. Like he's, you can tell he's trying to go for this emotional performance, but he just can't hit the note. It sounds like a dying, squealing pig. Yeah, that is gonna get the good ol'.
That shit stank, don't it?
And that's the best song of this album. All right, the next track is Waka Flocka, no lyrics, or
I don't give a fuck
there is lyrics, but we don't have them
type
here.
of music. Of course, you're not gonna be right to everybody. You know what I'm saying? But who gives a fuck? Like, if you can't take negative,
These samples kind of just interspersed throughout.
When I'm on the beat, I feel like Waka Flocka. I don't give a fuck about all that. Someone up there wanna see me lose so bad. I'm like, sorry, there's not a chance. I'm not really in the mood to chat.
That vocal sample is way too loud.
Finally getting the chick back.
Rappers only follow streams, that makes them little fish.
Just listen to the difference between whoever the intro was, a guy who's a somewhat competent rapper. I mean, he's not like the greatest rapper you'll ever hear. But then you just get into Wyatt here, and the charisma drops off from like a 10 to a negative 50. And it's just listen to the difference.
Now I'm never giving it back.
Rappers only follow streams, that makes them little fish. I have way bigger ones to fry. Making plays like playwrights on the Shakespeare of our fucking time.
Stop.
So dramatic when I rap, but I'm not mellow when I do it, so it's not overreacting.
I was waiting for that part, man. Overreacting?
Hoping for it. If I make a goal, I'm never not going towards it. When you're making goals,
Going.
knowing you're scoring more than the goalie's board and
Going
shit. I was the same
towards
way,
it.
fucking around, pursuing dumb shit. Conscious watching from the sidelines, yelling, do something.
The beat's awful on this one. The synths, vocals are too loud. Vocal chop. Sample.
I don't give a fuck about all that.
Again, the ad-libs. Stop with the ad-libs.
Finally getting the chance to run the game.
Okay, glockenspiel, terrible synths again. Bro, get some... I'm sorry, Wyatt, get some different sounds, man. Just, please.
Hallelujah, I think I made it. Cause I've gone 5 years without saying any fake shit. Raps come from the heart like blood, I don't say anything just to say it. Rappers need to hear their bars from the Drake first before they say it. Stop battling them, that's a metaphor, brother. Keep up, I'm mad at them cause they don't give me the respect that I want. Like you should have a bar to repeat to your songs. That type of shit pisses me off. Like thanks, I know what a chorus is. I'm from Canada, not the Arctic. Still cold as a bitch though, so I see why you may have thought it. When DJ Khaled looking motherfuckers tell me my shit's weird, I take it as a compliment, I can't even be bothered. Finally getting a chance to run the game, now I'm never giving it back.
Okay, I mean, just the ego is completely unchecked on this track, and it makes for a really painful and unlikable listen. And the fact that his ego is so big when he's making music this bad makes it even that much worse. So the whole track, again, kind of continuing that narrative of he's gonna do stuff his own way. He doesn't care. It's so bad. It's so bad. The beat on that one was so awful. The mix was terrible. The little ad-libs are so forced and awkward. They do not hype up the song at all. They just... And the reason they don't hype it up at all is because the dude has no charisma. Overall in this song, he just comes across as super unlikable. And you'll see that's a big problem I have with this album overall is I feel like you could make terrible music as long as you kind of come across as someone that is chill in general. This dude just seems really bitter all the time and just really unlikable. So again, that was definitely worse than New Level.
That shit stank, don't it?
Stanky. Do we have lyrics on this one?
So much about the crab, like,
Oh yes, let's go. You guys can see them. It's another
Life's
thing.
a trip.
His influencers are so obvious on this album, and they're not even really influences, actually. They're just his idols, I guess you could say, being placed into this album. It gives this kind of fanboy aesthetic and kind of fanboy vibe that just comes across as kind of corny and cringy.
I just run my own business like an independent store runner. I closed it when
Ugh.
I'm dead.
That is such an awful bar. Oh my goodness. It's just so obvious, the connection. Mind my own business like an independent store owner.
I might go and hire those bitches. Shout out my mom and
Sims?
my dad and anyone else who puts up with my ass. I don't fall for tricks that they're ugly. I'm shallow, I guess. You'll be 6 feet deep from those Zans, though.
I forgot how
My friends
bad
fought
this one
demons
is.
over them, couldn't see monsters in them, but I guess they're like the Loch Ness. He
What is
couldn't
happening?
believe, but I guess it's hard to lose to that when you're not ready to take a loss yet.
What was that flow? What
Shit
was
is tough.
Oh my
I've been going through the motions, let you witness some. Suffering for no reason.
Oh.
I'm the fucking poster boy
No,
for that
that
shit.
vocal layering,
And I'm
terrible.
not trying to change either. So I started moving forward backward. You don't have to prove shit to these leeches. They say you suck. I just brush them off and say in isolation. Like a coach said it. Hey, this is quarterback music, but I still snap like Psycho's more to rap music. New album, new step.
He sounds like he's slurring his delivery here. Is he drunk? Is he on something? Why does he say it like that? You can tell the flow is not precise. He's not getting these words out in a clean way here. Look at this.
Like a coach said it. Hey, this is quarterback music,
Like right
but I
here.
still snap like Psycho's more to rap music.
My word is rap music. My word is rap music. My word is rap. Like, enunciate, my dude.
Nah, buddy, I was just studying up in a little pump because I'm trying to be in fucking Harvard
flow
with
is
this new
awful
shit.
here.
My grandma let her life pass her by, and 80 years later, she still feels regret. You think I'm boring? At least I'm working. Your life's no movie if it was.
That legit sounds like a flow off like a Dober brother. Is that how you say it? Dober? Dobre? The Dober Bros. We'll just call them that. If you guys don't know the Dober Bros, go check out their song Hit It If You Know It Lit. That flow sounds very similar to something off that song. And that's not a good, you don't want that comparison happening.
Your life's no movie if it was, it would get a fucking 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. You have it fucked up, I've been working in the dark.
Terrible.
You don't have to post an Instagram to add to your story. I don't fuck with these lame clowns or anywhere they're swarming. They just use the same tricks, I'm pressing all the same hoes. And it's to walk away with a bang like Easy E's bitches, I don't play no more.
The verse just ends abruptly. It doesn't have a conclusive feel to it at all.
Poster boy for that shit. Poster boy for that shit.
So that outro is probably also one of the better points of the album, with him going with his, I guess, melodic flow. But overall, that track is just, it's awful. It's awful. The beat is probably the worst on the album so far. The flow is the worst. It's definitely the worst on the album so far. He's slurring his words. He's not getting anything out in a concise manner at all. And that's what happens when you're not a talented rapper and you're trying to get fit all these syllables in a super quick space. Firstly, it doesn't sound good, no matter who's doing it. But then once it's being done by someone who can't really rap, it sounds awful. The flow is just really, really terrible on this one. Vocal layering, very suffocating and just not enjoyable at all. Kind of anxiety-inducing in a bad way. You don't have to post on Instagram to add to your story. This is like Instagram caption level writing. Like, this is something you'd see in the Instagram caption of some either white girl or white dude. It's awful. It's so bad. And then it kind of just ends awkwardly, the verse. Like I said, the outro's probably the best part of the song, but overall, really, really bad.
That shit stank, don't it?
I am going to try and point out more of the good as we go throughout this, because you know what? I think this dude, he has a sliver of potential. His rapping ability really isn't there. It is creative at points, I'll give him that. And there's moments where it's not completely unlistenable. So I'm going to try and point those moments out more often as we go along. This one's a rough
My whole
one.
life I've been trying to change this, change that. Changing shit'll leave you ass up. I learned that the hard way. Got stuck in a massive hallway. Got
What
so
is
lost
that?
that I got pissed off. Said fuck, getting ran the wrong
That,
way.
like,
This is stupid. I thought
electric
I was
piano?
improving while
Oh.
barely, and I'm just curled up in a ball being salty. What does this shit mean? It was a hard pill to swallow at first, but I feel like I changed for the worse. Played in the dirt. My boys and hoes were trying to help, but they were making it hurt. I thought I changed for the worse. Played in the dirt. My boys and hoes were trying to help, but they were making it hurt. I thought I changed for the worse. Change for the worse. Change for the worse. Change for the worse.
They tell
about me, I changed for the worst. Fuck it, realise my worth. Brothers bitching what they watching. Never done a day's work. Tried leaving me in the lurch. Took pleasure from holding me back. Cannot leave me in the dirt. I'm bigger like till I rise out of that. I gotta keep it a stack.
Whoa, terrible.
Flip the switch, I get evil. Rig the bombs on the car. Always carry these scars. Still, I'm gonna be a star. Anything else a distraction. Locking in with these bars. Yo, I realize I changed for the best, man. I rose to the top when I could just drown. You could not choose a direction.
Bro, I forgot about that. That explosion is so loud. It's way too and it just comes in so awkwardly, and it's also like the worst explosion sound I've ever heard. Hold on.
The sign zodiac, the energy that you gave me, I give back. Now it's time to move on. Shit's gone too far. Flip the switch, I get evil. Rig the bombs on the car. Always carry these scars. Still, I'm gonna be a star. Realize I changed for the best, man. I rose to the top when I could just have drowned. You could not choose the direction I take.
No,
fuck it up.
Wyatt. The crowd chants should not. The arrangement is all off here. The crowd chants should not be in this section. This is when the beat is dying down a little bit. You're having this British dude, don't know who he is, because again, no features listed. This British dude, in the midst of his verse, the beat is getting more stripped back here, but then you have these O's that come in and it's just an aesthetic nightmare. It just doesn't fit the flow of the track at all. This is not where these should be. These should be in the chorus, you know? Like the O's make more sense here, you know? What is this? I don't remember this. It's a terrible, terrible sound, piano sound, whatever that is.
Some days you get out of bed and it's like Lily too who's running the show. And you're self-critical and you're self-judgmental. And there are other days where it's like regular Lily is running the show. And you can feel grateful. What?
Yeah, I like that. I like feeling like
Bro,
that. I wish I could feel like that.
What are these FL keys, man?
We're gonna get
They sound so, like, plain.
I feel like I'm split into two people these days. It's kind of scaring me. Half the time I'm awesome and I feel like myself and don't need no one's
Wyatt's
help.
off his
The
rocker
other
again,
half, I'm
guys.
like, fuck, but hey, it could be worse, right? Because depressed people feel depressed all the time. I'm like the Optimus Prime of emotions, transforming back and forth into the real me wins.
Okay,
Finally
I know that I'm pausing it a lot, but that is probably the worst album and the worst lyric of the album so far. It could be worse because depressed people feel depressed all the time. It just feels so tone deaf. That's such like I remember having that exact thought when I was like 9 or something. It's just like, it feels insensitive in a way. It's so bad. And the beat here, this little Timmy got his first little piano and he's just plonking away on it.
never get out again. And the Russian roulette revolver's still there, but
Why is there a bird cawing? Why? That doesn't fit the tone of the track at all. You have this vulnerable verse by Wyatt and you just have this awful bird.
Well, that's a depressing thought.
Like, why?
I'm getting sad just
And
writing
that.
shit. Sorry for getting dark.
Why?
I need someone to come brighten it quick. We'll see.
Be happy if that girl said yes. Would I still be happy if I had a girlfriend? Yeah. Would I still be happy if I knew that I'd get big? Cause I used to be so sure and now I'm not really sure about shit. Would I still be happy if that girl said yes?
Okay. This is actually really painful to listen to a second time. It's worse than I thought it was going to be. So you have this track. It's kind of split into two sections here. The more vulnerable side on the back half of the track. I just hate that it's so the split is so obvious. Like you have that sample of that person saying, "I wake up, it feels like there's two sides of me. Which version are you gonna get today?" It feels like such a obvious like observation. There's no nuance or depth to it. It's just the connection is just too obvious, you know. And then I will commend Wyatt. I don't think it's a good verse in general, but I do appreciate how vulnerable he is in this verse. Touching on some personal stuff, of course. I feel like this is the first time we're getting a more vulnerable Wyatt on this album, I guess. So yeah, overall the beat is terrible, the plunking away of the piano is terrible, the arrangement is terrible, there's certain sounds that don't fit the tone of the track at all, especially on that second half. I think it is one of the more ambitious structures and just ambitious songs in general, but it still falls extremely flat. So
That shit stank, don't it?
let's keep it going. This is painful. We still have 5 tracks left, right?
These people really just are not ready. Yeah. Let's get it, bro.
Yo, what the fuck you want from Star Child? Commit a murder? Then convince the jury that I believe in God? Yeah,
It's actually one of the better beats, I feel like.
He's pulling the squeeze from my 16s and I do it with these.
Pretty solid feature. League's better than Wyatt, if we're being honest here.
You have created a monster and it will destroy you.
I hate this edgy kind of aesthetic where Wyatt's kind of off his rocker here. He's gonna lose it, you know? I just don't buy it at all.
Fuck a beat. Fuck a verse. People keep getting on my fucking nerves. Fuck a beat. Yeah. Fuck a verse.
Don't get on his nerves, guys.
Getting on my fucking nerves. Fuck a beat. Fuck a verse. People keep getting
The ad-libs again.
Fuck a beat.
Tell him! I mean, the mix is awful on this track. Those choir samples way too loud. Beat in general just way too overpowering.
Your mama wish she swallowed you, but made her mama granny wild. Granny roll her eyes cause you her plan B grandchild.
What was that granny bar?
Fitting like a nigga with the hand-me-down. Nobody wanna stand me now. One day I'll make them hand me crown. Walk up to my haters, they like, damn, he got a Grammy now. Your mama wish she swallowed you, but made her mama granny wild. Granny roll her eyes cause you her plan B grandchild. So I ain't leaving. You throw as many tomatoes, my nigga, I'm still singing.
Oh, there's a freaking... That's a slow dive sample, right? That's so just out of nowhere and
too confident right now, man. I feel like I'm fucking like Kanye on some just like stupidly just like ignorant shit.
I forgot about this too.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest, man. I really feel like I'm almost like too confident right now, man.
This dude is the least confident person I've ever heard. Just the fact that he's like, I just feel like I'm too confident right now, man. I'm on my Kanye shit. It's just the lack of self-awareness is just, it's just, oh, it's perfect. This track is a treat, man. This track is a treat. That slow dive sample just really doesn't fit at all.
I thought I'd kiss your ass forever. Shit, I don't blame you. The way I was feeling back then, I would've guessed the same thing too. I used you too. I only stayed your friend cause you were popular and I wanted status. But if the roles were all reversed and you were the pussy bee, I would've bullied your ass way worse.
I forgot about this part. Oh, this part is, oh, the high school, the teen drama here is just astounding.
Bullied me, I would've beat your fucking face in. I would've called you names behind your back and exposed you for being a fake bitch. Get our boys to pin you down on the pavement. Ran my fist into your gut till you puke blood like your liver's failing. Then I'd hug you cause I love you. Cause you were the first one who taught me don't trust anybody. Cause if I couldn't trust my closest friend not to fuck me, then how can I trust these bitches not to switch up? Cause I'm acting weird right after I swear they love me. Or my friends, they promised they got my back to move halfway across the country. Man, it's funny. I used to want your acceptance, now I hope you hate me. I'm finally happy without you now. I hope it's got you going crazy. I hope you spend the rest of your life just trying to fuck me over. And I hope you succeed so you can realize that without me your life is pointless.
It's perfect. It's perfect. It's the perfect type of bad. Oh, that was such a fun listen. I will give it that. It's so bad that it is entertaining. It's so bad that it's kind of like angelic to the core in that way, you know? That track has a whole lot of ambition, but a whole lack of execution. It is executed extremely poorly. It's very disjointed in its flow. Again, the arrangement just feels very awkward and very random. The slow dive sample doesn't fit at all. And this final verse, just giving us an insight to this high school teen drama, is just kind of gross. Maybe if I was younger, I would relate to it more, but just the point at my life that I'm in now, it's just kind of insignificant. I don't doubt that he has, like, these emotions are genuine, but it's just the way that he's expressing them that makes them come across as cringy more than anything. Like, Kendrick does a really good job of that, of literally, like, kind of cracking up in his verses and portraying that emotion in a really powerful way. But it just falls really flat here because just Wyatt is just not a skilled rapper at all. Yeah, that one's pretty awful. Mixing is really awful throughout. So yeah, just keep it going though.
Yeah, I don't do that anymore though. Yeah, used to have ups and downs and now it's like ups and mediums. Still drop.
Guys. Did you catch that? That might be the worst bar of the whole album so far. I used to have ups and downs, but now I have ups and mediums. I don't even need to say anything. Just let that sink in.
To see me win, always did stand up to the
Wyatt
crowd
in the
like a
chants too.
comedian.
It's like in every
If
song.
I ran heaven, it'd be flawless. Only let my motherfucking dogs in. If I ran heaven, it'd be perfect.
This is one of the better
All the shit I went through would be worth it.
hooks on the album, I will say. It's got a steady flow to it. He's not cramming syllables. Give me Wyatt. I need Wyatt. Wyatt's actually entertaining. Did you hear that? That sounded like a mistake. That little right here. Or I guess burp. The little burp. That seems like a mistake. That doesn't seem purposeful. Again, I need Wyatt back. These features, technically, yes, they're better than Wyatt, but they're not as entertaining. Wyatt is just such an interesting character. You know, it's so bad that it really carries the entertainment factor of this album.
If I ran heaven, it'd be flawless. Only let my motherfucking dogs in. If I ran heaven, it'd be perfect. And all the shit I went through would be worth it. And when I make promises, I keep them.
Those stiff ass synths. Oh my, they're so stiff. Anytime you add these chants, it just cheapens the beat that much more.
Yeah.
Yes, Wyatt's back.
James said my new shit is crazy. Michael and I still joke around daily. And Adam and I don't talk all the time, but we're close enough to know we got each other's backs till we're 80. I'm on fire lately, but I won't stop, drop, and roll. But the roll and drop stop if I've already lost my soul. Who's the real monster here? Come on, let's get it, baby. First album.
First album, guys.
I said I don't have time.
Oh wait, no. Sorry. This is not his first album. I just thought for a second he's announcing first album. In case you're wondering, this is the first album that you're listening to. My first album.
Bitch, I'm too sick. Me and my producing is the best duo they've seen since Donald and Ludwig.
No, it's not.
If I ran heaven, it'd be flawless. Only let my motherfucking dogs in. And we'd be going crazy up there, turning every spin.
You've referenced it, guys.
It's so hard to find
Full circle moment.
And my real friends are getting even.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
Waiting, baby.
Oh, no. Stop. Please. Stop it. Please, Wyatt. Wyatt, please. Please, Wyatt. Oh my, that track has a lot. The one thing, again, that I can give this album is the ambition. You can tell there's a lot of work being put into this. There's ambition. There's work. But it's falling completely flat due to just a lack of talent and skill. I don't remember what this one is. Who Wants Smoke? I don't know. Is this like a banger? I hope it's not like a cringy like hype banger. It probably is.
I was at my grandmother's house.
Stop with the piano. I think there's a bit of piano in every single song, and it's always this bright, plonky, loud stock piano in every song, and it sounds awful.
I guess I should have stayed for what it's worth.
But now she's off to new things, new mood swings. She's still
That
out here trying
auto-tune?
to figure shit out. Yeah, and I've been looking for the answers, but it seems like bullshitters are the only ones who have them. Most people don't say things for reasons, just for reaction. Nowadays, having a heart makes you stupid. I think the cop who killed George Floyd could be a Harvard student. Life's playing a fucked up song, but we still boogie to it. First thing they want to see us do is stop.
I guess I should have stayed for what it's worth.
What is that?
Now I'm off to
Why?
new things, new mood swings. I'm still out here trying to figure shit out. Ran from all my problems, so there's bigger ones now. And I can't run from these ones.
You don't know what it's like, you wouldn't last in this life. I was paying rent at 15, now you tryna diss me. Now we'll see how much you miss me when I'm bouncing like a chick cheese. Difference is I ain't coming back.
This guy's even worse than Wyatt, I gotta be honest.
So average and I'm telling stories and you're tryna bore me. Don't you run up on
He
me,
sounds
I'm
like the Dober Bros.
psychotic born. I was breaking back some
This sounds like the first time he's ever rapped.
Or I could snap on track skateboards. You couldn't handle racks up at a skate store. I just hit a lick up at the same floor, trying to pay off daddy's rent. I got money coming in.
Don't act like that was good. Oh my goodness. The lack of self-awareness on this album is astounding.
Fingernails and wearing the things, I would look ridiculous. I mean, I looked ridiculous then, but it worked.
Okay, now just, again, the classic calling out rappers, I guess mumble rappers that wear the chains and they wear all the accessories. Always an argument I hated with these lyrical spiritual guys. Terrible track. The beat on that one was like giving me just a panic attack. It was just the worst sounds ever just being thrown at me from every angle. It was awful, and that feature somehow was even worse than Wyatt. So, I mean, Wyatt, there you go. You were better than somebody, and you were also better than that was it on New Level? Yeah, you were better on that guy that was singing on New Level. That still might be the best part of the whole album. That one, him trying to belt that note is just so funny. That again, hey, no surprise.
That shit stank, dog.
Stanky. Wait, this next track is 6 minutes. Oh. But we do have lyrics. Let's go. Okay, Wyatt. I assume you're producing this. This dude, whoever this feature is, he has a decent voice, okay? But then you completely ruin it with this synth that comes in that is completely off key. It's not in key at all. And yes, I know you can do things that are purposely dissonant, but it doesn't work. You're going for this beautiful vibe here with this pretty decent voice, and then that just ruins it. Listen to this. Right here. No. Oh.
Put these actors in their place. They only care about fame. I care about being great, so I'm out here really breaking a sweat while they just pour water on their face.
I mean, Wyatt doesn't really give me the impression of someone who doesn't care about fame. You know, he's on TikTok all the time promoting his music. That seems like someone who's pretty concerned about blowing up, pretty concerned about being successful and famous. So, I mean, I don't buy it, Wyatt. There's nothing wrong with caring about fame, you know? That's a pretty healthy thing. If you're doing something, you want to be successful at it. If you're making music, you want lots of people to hear it. But don't go out here acting like you don't care about it when you pretty clearly do. And that's just another case where this album just really lacks maturity, you know?
This rapping shit every day because people don't be about what they say. But me, I be writing like I was an author.
Who's this guy? You know what? I think I'm starting to understand why so many of these rap features are so awful. Listen to the beat they're rapping on. I mean, they might be bad rappers to start, but listen to the just abomination that they're rapping on. No wonder it sucks. I hate the attitude here. I might as well kill everyone who's ever told me I need it. Like, what? Stop.
I used to judge people who didn't follow their dreams until I realized dreams just aren't as black and white as they seem. For me, my dream is making tracks and being a famous rapper, but for you, a 9 to 5 could be something that you would rather have. A humble life with wife and kids that you have to look after. Some people are happy you're not being a rapper, just a rapper's fan.
That verse is gold. That verse is gold. We gotta go through it. It's just Wyatt making the most obvious observation of all time. Dreams aren't as black and white as they seem. Obviously. You just figured that out. Wyatt. Come on. 9 to 5 could be something you want. Yes, obviously. Humble life with wife and kids that you have to look after. Yes, that is a lifestyle that lots of people, if not the majority of people in the world live. And people are happy doing it. There's not one way to live, yes. And then some people are happier not being a Raptor, just a Raptors fan. Very profound, guys. Very, a very nice way to put a bow tie on this astute observation here.
Cause you can be anything you wanna be, so fuck them, fuck your friends saying what you wanna do, and fuck me, cause I'm just a random singer too, don't listen to me.
It's like Wyatt is, these verses feel freestyled. He's like saying this thing, fuck a random singer, saying you can be anything you wanna be, but then a second later he realizes, oh, I'm also a random singer or a rapper, whatever you want to call me. So don't listen to me either. Like obviously it's not improvised. It's not freestyled. He's writing this, and that's the point. But it just comes across as him just kind of it's like he formulated this idea in his mind, but he didn't develop it at all. He just had this idea and then just put it on the sheet and then recorded it. There's no development of the idea. There's not a way to make it more interesting.
Passion's making music, and even though it'd be cool to be big as Drake with no day job, I don't need to be just to do it. Keep telling these kids it's all or nothing.
Again, Wyatt saying he doesn't want to be famous or he doesn't need to be famous, but I don't buy it. There's still a minute left. Okay, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. I can't listen to that beat for another minute. Oh my. And I've already listened to it before, so I'm giving myself some leeway here. This track is, again, I don't buy the overall message of it. It just seems very insincere. And, yeah, it's pretty awful. It's pretty awful. Again, technically there's a lot of shortcomings, like I've said, and overall it is just full of some very obvious observations that make you think that, like, before he made these conclusions, was he just like a shit person? You know, was he just like going around judging people all the time for how they're living their lives? Which I guess he was, because that's what he said. So it just, again, he's coming across as pretty unlikable in this one, and it's trying to be profound, but it's not really saying anything all that profound at all. All right, we're going on to the last track, which is the title track. I don't remember what this sounds like, but I'm not looking forward to it. I was kind of actually enjoying it for how bad it was in the middle here, but now I'm just kind of done. I'm ready to be done.
Who you know dropped his first album and then came back 4 months later like fuck it, I can't help it, it's the only thing I've never stopped being in love with. Like all of in his ring, it gives me strength, so if somebody tried to stop the kid from making it, I'd sock him in his face. And I hope some real bad shit goes down just to put things into perspective. If you think girls not like
the flow's really going off the rails here.
Get ready, cause once you enter the real world, it's gonna kick your ass. This baseball for Unions might have girls throwing balls on stage and shit. It's a fast life.
No, they won't. I'm sorry.
I stay in my room all day, yet I feel like my speed's ridiculous. I'm a quagmire, and at times my life's not something to admire. Trying to make myself better every other time.
Oh, that was bad. Oh, that was gross. The quagmire to admire rhyme? Why did that come off as so cheap? Oh.
Half the people I know live like they're immortal, so they end up in a job they hate, starving Monday through Friday. On those days, only thing stopping them from wanting to die, they feast every...
Did he say from stopping them wanting to die's day? What? I need the lyrics. I looked on Genius. There's no lyrics for this, but I need them. I need them. I need them. What? Okay, so in that bar, he's kind of contradicting himself from earlier where he was like, oh, I never realized you can have all these different lifestyles and it's okay. You don't have to follow your dreams. But then here, he's talking about working a 9 to 5 and kind of criticizing it. Half the people I know are immortals, so they end up in a job they, like, bruh, you were just saying earlier, let people live how they want to live, you know? As long as they're not hurting anybody, it's fine. It's okay, it doesn't matter.
Fuck eating on the weekend, I want to eat for the whole week. And if my 9 to 5 will let me eat, then fuck it, I won't sleep. I'll spend 5 p.m. to 9 a.m. running and making beats.
No. Sorry, no. You don't need to say the name of the album. Oh. Oh! The mix! Those vocals. Oh. Why? Where does this sax... The sax outro, it's not earned. It doesn't fit. It's just random. It's just random. Oh, I'm laughing through the pain. I'm laughing through the pain because this was painful to listen to a second time. Those high pitched vocals are mixed so awfully. It was like it was just ear rape. That's what it was.
That shit stinks.
Terrible. Overall, that track contradicted itself or contradicted things he said earlier on the album a lot. I guess the whole idea of fuck eating on the weekend is he'd rather just be grinding than eating, which is, again, just a very unhealthy and immature mindset to have. It's just overall just a really unlikable album. I don't know this dude personally. Obviously, this might not be what he's like in real life, but the way he portrays himself on this album is really unlikable, really immature. It's not all bad. There's a couple decent hooks. There's a couple decent production elements as well, and a couple decent bars. But that's about it. That's about it. Everything else, pretty much like 99% of this album is god awful. That's gonna do it for this video. Let me know your thoughts down below. Go listen to this album on your own if you want. If you enjoyed it, hey, I commend you, because I did not at all. This was painful. And yeah, that's gonna do it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.